The squad suffers an alarming defeat. I don't want to fucking hear these guys. I feel like this is going to kill me.
Incredibly shrinking squad. Far-left Congressman Jamal Bowman suffering a double-digit
They're doing fucking victory laps on this Jamal Bowman shit. Ay, ay, ay.
loss against his House Democratic primary challenger, George Latimer. It's an alarming defeat for the group of far-left lawmakers, and Bowman, might not be the last squad member to go down. The scandal-plagued congressman had just held a last-minute campaign rally in the Bronx with liberal heavyweights like AOC and Bernie Sanders. That was not enough to win over voters, and Bowman is not taking the loss well.
We should not be well-adjusted to a sick society. We should be outraged. We should be outraged when a super PAC.
That's all. Hey, great question. Why are Republicans celebrating a Democratic primary? Why is that? It's so odd. That's weird. Why are they throwing up W's for a Hillary Clinton-backed candidate winning in the Democratic Party's primaries in District 16? That's really weird. George Latimer was backed by Hillary Clinton. Because let's be real, okay? At the end of the day, everyone's a liberal. At the end of the day, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party's interest in terms of like maintaining this, subtle back and forth with no real progressive challengers, with no real leftists or anything like that, or anything even close to a leftist, is what they want to do. They would rather oust any kind of person that's ostensibly further to the left than the average Democrat. And every single person would celebrate that across the board in our political sphere.
Of dark money can spend $20 million to brainwash people into believing something that isn't true. Unfortunately, some so-called Democrats are aligning themselves with radical, racist, right-wing Republicans.
So he cannot find it to say that he did anything that led to this. It had to be,
Bro, it's not like he redistricted himself. Like, what are we talking about? Like what do you mean? Is it the fire alarm? Is that why he got fucking lost? Were you stupid? You have to have a baby brain to look at the situation and be like, well, he lost because he pulled that fire alarm. Like, that's it.
Once a victim, always a victim. Last week, Bowman shouted, "We're going to show them who the F we are." Last night, voters.
It's just crazy because, like, under the watchful eye of Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic Party was so against primary opposition. Nancy Pelosi even went as far as defending Henry Cuellar, among many others. And for some weird reason, the Democratic Party, maybe in the absence of Nancy Pelosi's reign of power, has kind of dropped that a little bit. Not pushing the ranks and getting the entirety of the Democratic Party to back Jamal Bowman in this district. Very weird. Very odd stuff.
Found out who the F he is, a loser. I enjoy this, I have to admit. But a lot of progressivism is losing. And there's a reason for this. If you look at the street.
Yes, because America's a fucking fascist nation. That's why dipshits like you are chirping on television to millions of fucking people, further rotting their brains, okay? That's the real reason. Oh, progressivism is a loser. Progressivism is losing. It's a losing battle. Fucking Greg Buttfeld. Shut up.
Streets, the homelessness, the mental illness. People are sick of crime. Illegal immigrants streaming into our cities. Activists targeting kids with gender affirmation surgery. You have, thanks to Bowman, you have masked activists targeting Jews on subways and synagogues. So all of this is a package deal. I think that Democrats, primarily Jewish Democrats, have figured out that progressivism isn't just anti-Trump, it's anti-you, right? And maybe this is the beginning that Democrats are starting to see that this is not a good match, and they're coughing up.
Yeah, dude. That's why they definitely voted for Latimer because they were like, wow, Jamal Bowman's like the entire district was like, we hate Jamal Bowman's position on Palestine. It's so radical. That's why. Let me tell you something. The notion the American population is not overwhelmingly on the side of Jamal Bowman across the board, especially in the Democratic Party. Like in the Democratic Party, we're talking 80% margins when it comes to Palestine. Okay. Jamal Bowman's positions demanding a ceasefire and even restricting weapons transfers to Israel. Like these are positions that pretty much 80% of the Democratic Party aligns on. Okay. Oh, it's so radical. It's so crazy. It's so radical. Yeah, dude. That's the reason why AIPAC literally fucking spent all that money, not on attack ads talking about Jamal Bowman's positions on Israel, but instead on a whole litany of other shit. Like Jamal Bowman is actually anti-Biden administration's policy goals. It's so fucking bullshit. It's such bullshit. The attack ads did not feature Jamal Bowman's positions on Israel, okay? Because AIPAC understands that if they were to do that in a Democratic fucking primary, no matter how reactionary they are, and no matter how invested they are in the continuation of Israel's apartheid and Israel's genocidal ambitions, okay, that the American population does not like that. This is just a dramatic reframing of events. It's a way to make it seem, it's a way to just basically tell everyone to shut the fuck up. Okay. Oh yeah, you talk shit about Israel, this is what happens to you. Okay.
Pretending to be so-called reformers when they're actually making society far worse, much like Jesse.
Well,
Didn't even hear what he said.
I know you did. I saw your eyes
Totally
glazing
zoned out.
over.
the other thing is, I mean, a lot of people in his district thought he was a buffoon.
Yeah, and that's your district. I think you were one of those people,
Yes.
Judge Shanine. So congratulations.
Thank
You're
you.
getting a new
Thank you.
congressman.
I'll take credit,
And he is
yes.
a lot better than Bowman. AOC lost, too. She put a lot of political capital
AOC won by 80%.
into that rally. That was a humiliating rally. She's never going to live that down. The running, the jumping, the hip hop. Not a good look for her, and it's going to cost her. And it's good to have radicals on both sides. We have our radicals.
They're fine
They have
people.
their radicals. fun people on both sides.
She would be a great sub. He would be a great sub for Joy Reid when she takes her mental health break.
He's going to be on MSNBC tomorrow night. Chris.
Yes.
But it's not just radicalism that lost. Anti-Semitism lost. He wasn't just pro-Palestinian. He obviously
AOC got 82%. It's just like, it's just fucking, I hate this shit. I hate these fucking pieces of shit so goddamn much.
did not like the Jewish
These guys are doing Bashar al-Assad numbers, okay, in their districts until they get fucking redistricted.
people. And he's right. A lot of Jewish money poured into the race, but the Jewish money didn't brainwash people. The Jewish money just amplified this guy's anti-Semitism.
The Jewish money. That's crazy. Oh my God. Bro, I like that they're doing the anti-Semitism themselves in an effort to say Bowman is anti-Semitic. God, I hate
And said it's disgusting, and everybody in the district agreed. And Cori Bush has a problem, too.
All right.
She's now in a dead heat with some guy down there.
I like that he's saying, like, no, you don't understand. Jewish money is actually influencing our elections, which is already like anti-Semitic. But he's like, but he also follows that up with, but that's a good thing. So basically, dude, that's awesome. Like, that is so funny because that is ultimately the anti-Semitic pro-Zionist position, the position of many pro-Israel anti-Semites, many such cases.
Because of her anti-Semitism. So you could lose 2 squad members, and I think that's probably best for the country.
What was the feeling in the district, Judge?
Oh, Bowman is, he didn't understand his constituency or his constituents. You've got in West.
By the way, a lot of these guys, I think, care or understand that, like, when you say shit like this to a Fox News audience, I don't think they're fucking coming back from that and thinking, like, I don't think it's a good thing that you're just saying to your fucking reactionary audience that like an inherently anti-Semitic thing to say. You're on the one hand, in the short term, maybe making it seem like this was a good thing, but ultimately you've built or solidified the foundational anti-Semitism that exists already. It's crazy.
Westchester County, and it's a very small part of the Bronx, a very affluent suburban community. I ran in the whole of Westchester County whenever I ran for DA. It is, and judge, it is a Democrat county primarily. George Latimer is a well-respected individual. I worked with him when he was on the county board of legislators. He's the county executive now. This guy Bowman was a guy who was a hater. And he was negative. And he was someone who was convicted of, pulling the fire alarm, censured for doing it. He opposed the resolution in Congress that was, I guess, the House resolution opposing Hamas.
He didn't condemn Hamas? Yes, he did. What are you guys fucking insane? Are you guys crazy? Post October 7, you think there was a single fucking congressperson that didn't immediately condemn Hamas? Are you out of your fucking mind? Of course he did. Like, what are we talking about? Dude, I couldn't have a conversation with another human being without having to do 8 condemnations of Hamas. Did you guys forget?
That he did was inconsistent with the group that he was representing. And I think along with who he is, he never called Latimer last night. Every politician concedes. He didn't concede. He's a classless individual. He tried to make it about class. It was about decency. It wasn't about class. And he can blame AIPAC, American Israel PAC, all he wants. But AIPAC didn't do what he did. AIPAC didn't support Hamas. AIPAC didn't try to destroy the Jewish people the way Bowman did. He called.
Oh, God. Them fucking crying about this shit is so funny. All right. It's fine. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm skipping the rest of this. I can't do this.